I'm Michael Hong. I'm going to be playing the role of the moderator for this very interesting and also very, on his left is Ellena Lee, who is Managing Director of CNN International Asia Pacific. And on her left is John Reading, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Financial Times. Without further ado introduction, let me ask John to start the presentation first, followed by Ellena, and then Rob.
There are those who think that the networked economy and the digital era spell disaster for some established traditional industries, including the newspaper industry. Take, for instance, this front page last year from the Economist, which is a sister company of the Financial Times, since we own 50% of it. I think you face some pretty serious challenges when even companies in the same family give you a death sentence. But I should state at the outset that I don't buy the doom and gloom surrounding the traditional media industry in the digital age and the networked economy. Much of my optimism is down to the potential in innovation. I'm going to keep my comments brief to give us time for discussion. And don't worry, that is my only slide, and maybe we could get rid of the slide now. No, it's going to stay there. I'm going to speak mainly about the press and the publishing industry, which is home ground, so to speak. But I think many of the points I'm going to be making have wider relevance. After all industries at some point face disruptive change. In the 16 years or so I spent as a business reporter, I covered a range of industries facing significant challenges to their existing business models: shipbuilding, consumer electronics, and telecoms. And I reported on many companies that found themselves in the midst of disruptive change, either as a result of economic factors, such as new low-cost entrants, regulatory change, or technological change. And now, having seen disruption at work in many other industries, I find that it's arrived in my own. The status quo isn't really an option. The problem, of course, is that many companies fail to recognize or respond to change quickly enough. The bigger and older the company, the higher the risk of denial and the slower the response. Before coming to some specifics regarding the media industry and innovation, there are some general points worth making about successful innovation and some common characteristics about businesses that innovate effectively. First, it's essential for businesses to look outward to customers, clients, competitors, and new technologies. Bureaucracy is the enemy of innovation. A tradition of success can actually breed a culture of complacency, and that's very dangerous. Second, information technology has become a core competence of all businesses. That doesn't just mean investing in IT, it means bringing IT to the heart of the business and business development. I know from the media industry that technology used to come at the end of the chain. You'd figure out a newspaper redesign or workflow arrangements and then hand it to the IT department to implement. Now, that simply doesn't cut it anymore. IT has to be involved in the conception of strategy and product development from the very beginning. Third, there's no point innovating for innovation's sake. That simply diverts resources. Instead, innovation should be aimed at reinforcing core strategies. Precisely because of the increased opportunities and new forms of competition created by the networked economy, it's essential for companies to focus ever more ruthlessly on their comparative advantage, on what makes them special. Innovation should serve to strengthen differentiation, not distract from it.
Our respective businesses going to adapt in the advent of Web 2.0, and that's where I wanted to start. I'll start by saying I'm not going to be reading any tea leaves and trying to give the future of TV news. I wouldn't dare to be so bold, and also because it's probably we're in a constant change of flux and in a changing environment. I've been in this industry about 10 years. On the one hand, it's a very short amount of time, And on the other hand, it's been one of the more fascinating past 10 years. I remember when we wanted to do a live shot out of a location, you'd have to carry about 1,000 kilograms of gear. Now our crew can walk out the door with about 50 kilograms. And although not quite optimal broadcast quality, we can even report with our mobile phone. And this change has really led to what we're calling the Web 2.0 and actually starting the news revolution. As part of, and on our website, our so-called impact buttons on select stories will link you to resources, NGOs, and to well-known organizations out there to show you how you can help someone who's in need of who's in need within the story that we broadcast. An example I want to share with you. About 2 months ago, our Baghdad reporter, Ara Damon, filed the story of a young boy named Yusuf.
Yusuf is 5 years old. He was a happy boy who loved kindergarten and had dreams of being a doctor one day. On January 15th, that all changed. This is Yusuf today. Several masked men attacked Yusuf in front of his house, their identity and motive unknown. He was struggling to put out the fire with his own hands. Doctors told the family there was little they could do to help Yusuf, but there aren't many doctors left in Iraq anyway. Unable to watch her son suffer, Zainab has taken a huge risk, telling her son's story to the world. She says all she wants is for someone to help her little boy smile again. It's like a dream, not reality, his mother Zainab says, glimpsing America for the first time. Pinch me, it's strange. Am I really coming to America? Yusuf scampered up and down the slides.
In the era of probably Web 2.0 and beyond, in order for organizations such as us to survive, we have to learn to be agile, flexible, and nimble. And I think that's exactly what we're trying to do. John has just spoken about it as well. And the future of CNN and the future of many media organizations could potentially be a hybrid of mainstream journalists and citizen journalism.
My focus is on looking at things from a couple different perspectives. First is RealNetworks is a little more of a technology company than either CNN or the FT at heart, although we focus on delivering consumer services as well as just the pure technology. And second, I was asked to comment and have my comments center substantially on the music industry as one of the media industries that's been dramatically affected by the transition to the digital world. And from my perspective, let me just sort of put our picture in place. Our focus is enabling consumers to enjoy digital entertainment whenever and wherever they want, and that's on their PC, on their television, on their mobile phone, throughout their home. Anywhere where the consumer is, we want to deliver digital entertainment to that consumer in whatever way they want to get it. That's our mission. Now we focus on what we think of as 4 segments in 2 sectors. We have about a third of our business is providing technology infrastructure, generally, mostly to mobile carriers, because the mobile market tends to be, this is coming from a tradition of being sort of walled garden vertical stovepipes, where each mobile carrier essentially runs its own sort of internet that also, in my view, when you look at what it takes to succeed and excel in this transition, we're in this network media economy, I think it's a few things. The first is innovative products and services. The second is different kinds of partnerships in order to deliver great experiences and have the greatest possible impact with those.